a super chat or a super thanks or a membership fee or PayPal me. Recently, we had put up a poll on X. We do this once a year. Pick your poison. What term do you use? Do you call yourself? And we had them pick Latinx, Latine, Hispanic, Latino. 94% of you picked Latino and Hispanic combined. 6% Latinx. 6% Latinx. So that just said to me that the term Latinx is here to stay. Like it, love it, hate it, doesn't matter. It's here to stay. I'd like to say that I've always thought it had a place in our community. I've said that from the beginning. I also said it's not a term that resonates with me. It's not a term that I believe you should throw out as an umbrella, all-encompassing term for the Latino people. Just I think because of what it can be connotate, what it's connected to, and the changes, social and political messages that it has connected to, because not everyone agrees with that. So I've always said that. But now I want to talk about why I think Latinx is winning. Number one, academia. I was reading articles and looking up some research on the history of the border of the Southwest from the last 200 years. And most of it is stuff that I've known, as that was my major in college, was Chicano studies, which I love so much. But what I kept coming up against was the term Latinx by these professors, by these writers who I went to not to find out about what they call themselves or what they call, the Latino history in America. I wanted to find out about, some historical facts about the border. I don't know what. And I would consistently see in their bio or see in how they blanket term the border experience as Latinx. And it just blew my mind. Not only that, to find out that these academia have created subsets of places of learning, of interest from Latinx. That Latinx is something really now, as far as academia, par for the course. It's used everywhere. And then when you specialize in certain fields, yes, certain fields in academia, there has been more newer inventions of words that kind of stop me at my tracks. One is the field of joteria. Yeah, you heard me right. Joteria is the field study of, and this is brand new to me, in the LGBT learning academia world. It is a study on kind of reclaiming being gay. Not being gay, but all that, the history and everything, but also too reclaiming the word joto. It's not a nice word, especially who says it, how you say it, when you say it. Hey, they got a field called joteria now. So I'm like, okay. But again, it's a subset of Latinx, and it just blew me away. Blew me away. I was like, what is this? So you talk about subculture upon subculture. There's another one. And we're going to go on to the next reason why I think Latinx is winning. In academia, there's also now critical race feminista. Critical race feminista. So again, Whether that's your jam or Joteria is your jam or not your jam, it is here and it is not going away. So that is my first, first point in why Latinx is winning. Number two, Latino Hollywood. Latinos in Hollywood, whether they are working in the business, whether they are doing panels, or maybe they're just a production entity that produces panels or symposiums, seminars, they've all have taken the Latinx upon them. Sometimes doubling and tripling down. I did a video called The Triple Down. The Triple Down on Latinx is that from Leguizamo to Latinx House to other entities, they are using Latinx, and they fully know well that the majority of Latinos don't like the word. Why are you calling us that? Why are you calling us that? They've doubled down on this, guys. The ones that are in all you have to do is go to their Instagrams, go to their and see what symposiums, what seminars, what is being produced out there, and what language they're using. And I would also say that people that they invite, people that produce, people that are part of this are from academia. Okay, finally, another reason why Latinx won't go away is it really shouldn't, in my opinion, when it comes to the LGBTQ community. I've always thought that Latinx is a perfect definition for people from that community. That to me makes sense as to the world that they are living in. In fact, the first time that Latinx was used in the media was unfortunately in the massacre of the Club Q in Florida, Orlando, I believe, and they used the term Latinx. Horrible event that happened where many people were killed. But in describing the Latino gay community that was slaughtered and the survivors, that term came out. I look at these variables, academia, Latinos in Hollywood, and the LGBT community. This term will never go away, and in some cases it shouldn't. It is a valid, definable term for that certain part of our community. My thing is that certain part of the community is 5% of the 100. I don't know what some of those people in that 5%, what their end game is. Is there a compromise? Is there common ground? Because if one of their end games is to tear down the Spanish language, tear down the Latino culture because of the patriarchy, because of colonialism, I don't think you're going to get the result you want. I don't think you're ever going to find common ground and a compromise because of that 95%. And I say Latinx is winning, right? Yes and no. It's being reinforced by that small majority, and it is being reviled by the majority. If you don't care, resistance, I don't care. I'm going to do my own thing. That's if that's where you're coming at in your society and where you're living in, again, when you get out of your bubble and get out in the world, are you going to get those results that you want? When I saw Mexican Iron Man say, who the hell, what morons voted for Latinx, it didn't surprise me because that's always going to be a very narrow niche term for a very small percentage of our community. And God bless. I welcome everyone here. I welcome everyone here. Right? I'm not, I listen. That's if that is what you fully believe to be that fully formed person, all power to you. However, if it is part of your principles and your in your agenda that you want to tear everything down that I uphold, that I uh, value, and that I love, it's not going to be pretty.